it's Barrel and Flow.
It's
weekend.
Barrel and Flow time.
Barrel and Flow week is crazy. I mean, I don't know what to. It's crazy.
I'm back my 3rd year.
This would be my 4th year. I'm kind of loud. You can say whatever you want.
Third in person, one time virtual, third in person.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Beers with Nigel is poured for you by Dire Oil Graphics, promotional products and design. They cover your brand bumper to bumper with graphic design, promo products, and print. See what Dire Oil Graphics can build for you at direoil.com. That's DYEROIL.com.
So you came, let's
Itchy
introduce,
Fest.
before that, we got to say who we're talking to first.
Oh, that's true.
Straight out of New Orleans, Louisiana, John Renthrope, Cajun Fire Brewing. What's up, bro?
I'm good, man. I got a big old grin on my face.
You can't help but not, all right?
Yeah, I mean, this is for me. This is one of the events that excites me. So I love it.
Yes. We were just talking about how we met. I met him on the parade route during Mardi Gras.
Right.
And he was pouring beers. And I was like, okay, first of all, there's a brother out here, and he's pouring beer. Who are these people? Man, that was probably, that was 18?
2018, 2019.
Yeah.
One of them years.
I think it was 18.
But the odds of you stumbling across, the whole city.
Yeah.
Come across that one boot.
Yeah.
During Mardi Gras.
Yeah. But you know what's funny
well,
though?
and then so like my first year at Barrel and Flow, and we're watching the One Pint More doc, and Nigel leans over, he's like, I was there.
Y'all in that thing.
Yeah. The crazy thing is that there was that party on the corner at that dentist's office. And every year we always end up at that party. It was a little private party. And so the fact that you were there, it was serendipitous. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because I mean, as far as New Orleans beer at the time, I mean, Nola Brewing, that was really about it. You know what I'm saying? So really, how did you get into beer? What was it? Because we always ask the question. You were drinking something before you were drinking good beer. What were you drinking before?
Well, so how I got into it, I'm crazy. I'm a mad scientist. You gotta be crazy to see what it is and get into it and be like, all right, I can ride out on that. My first beer, full disclosure, probably like Michelob's, Natty Light.
Yeah.
Then I elevated. I tried out Laughing Dog and some. I'm having a brain fart.
That's okay.
Abita.
Oh yeah. Turbo
Purple
Dog.
Haze.
Purple Haze. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was like next level when I tried that stuff out, and I would go to these hop shops. I was in college. Definitely couldn't afford some of these products, so I started looking up how to make it. I'm from New Orleans. I was displaced because of Katrina, so I had big old gumbo pots and started making my own brew. But kind of getting into the business side, long story short, no one would hire me. So, yeah. So I had to start my own business, and been kicking ass since. And
was that a little bit out of spite, where you're just like, "Fuck you, I'm going to do it"?
Well, I developed a skill set, and I was like, all right, I'm in a city where we have a drinking culture.
Yeah, food and drink. You know what I'm saying?
I was
and music.
Just surrounded by industries with cars. So I'll be renting cars, I'll be valeting cars, and I was like, all right, I gotta do something. I gotta own my own company.
Yeah,
and I just came into the beer space. It was quite challenging. I mean, I ain't had no facial hair when I first started.
Yeah.
People didn't take me serious.
Yeah,
and then I just had to grow my brand. I had to acquire, get my assets and all that together, and just build a full on team of manufacturing and making some good beer.
What was the first beer you made as a home brewer?
First beer I made, I was honestly making some meads at first.
Okay.
And I was kind of playing around with that because my style I always brew with honey and molasses.
Yeah.
That's kind of like my safe space, but I was making meads. Then I kind of scaled it down some. Started making a honey ale, which is now my company's flagship beer.
Yeah.
And stouts.
Yeah.
That was my realm.
So Cajun Fire, where'd the name come from?
So Cajun Fire, we're I'm a big history buff. Our city is very old. It's older than America itself. So I looked at the like, you know, when you come to New Orleans or when you look at New Orleans, it has a lot of different architectural styles.
Yeah.
A lot of that is due because the city was burned down twice at very pivotal parts of its growth. And, you know, Cajun fire, that's part of that.
Got it.
But also, you know, we get a very resilient place. You know, we experience more natural and unnatural disasters in most spaces, but you know, our culture still is prevalent.
Yeah.
So you know, I thought that self-determination was something I would weave into the brand.
Yeah, you've had quite the journey though. You know what I'm saying? I mean, even in the One Pint at a Time documentary, that kind of put a light on, you know, the struggles of even being like a black brewer. You know, trying to be out there, and you know, I feel like New Orleans beer culture is pretty young. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when I lived there 10 years ago, I mean, Abita, and that was it.
It's like, so when it's kind of weird for me, man, because you know, when I go out of New Orleans and into new markets, it's always like the world fair. Because even though we got like all these cultures, food, people just mad scientists. They do things that's nuts with food. But when you come to beer regulations or any kind of production and manufacturing side, we got the most regulated state in the U.S. So, you know, full intents purposes, even though we got open container laws and drive-through daiquiri shops, I trade that in for some of the liberties, I would say, that's offered in other states when you're talking about beer production.
Because
if I remember right, you couldn't even distribute in your own state at first, right?
We still can't.
Still can't.
Yeah, no self-distribution.
That's
so you got
crazy.
So, you know, you got to, like with my brand, we've actually taken the route that a lot of like famous New Orleans musicians have taken, where they've expanded their brand outside the state. You know, like for instance, Louis Armstrong.
Yeah.
He was banned and barred from doing business and selling his music and, you know, performing in New Orleans for a decade. Tore down his house. Then he started getting recognition all over the world, and now came back to open arms.
Yeah.
Same
shit, you know what I'm saying?
Route my brand. You know?
So you're where now? Because you, like I said, you had to go outside. Where's your beer?
When we started brewing, we was brewing in Portland, Oregon, at a
of all the places,
crazy.
right?
It's like it might as well be Narnia for me.
It's keep that
completely everything is different.
Yeah.
In every single way, every single facet, including myself in that space. But it started out there. It was extremely competitive. I was working with a company called Alameda, which unfortunately is now, you know, defunct now, but they gave me an opportunity to go in there and brew my own products, and that was a cool experience. You know, I was young and I was experimenting, but also I was learning like the business from all these different aspects, and that was an extremely competitive beer market. Like like
old school. They've been doing
probably
it for
100 breweries in the city limits of Portland alone. You know, then I wound up working with a company. I was out of Sterling, Virginia, out of North Virginia, called Beltway Brewing Company. We're doing some pretty good business right now. We're actively building a 14-acre commercial development in New Orleans East, right off the I-10 interstate, where we'll house the building of the brewery, but also other manufacturing entities. Yeah. So in reality, because Louisiana is so restricted in regulations, I've turned into a serial entrepreneur. I started manufacturing other foodways and things.
Oh, that's
like
cool.
That. So,
that's cool. That's cool. And where you guys are doing that, I mean, that's beautiful because Now, when I lived in New Orleans, I worked for in television news, so you know all the nooks and crannies of the city, and that part of town needed something. You know what I'm saying? So to get on you for doing that, man, that's beautiful.
Well, I'm from that area. Yeah. I look at beer. I like the fellowship, but most importantly for me, I like the opportunity it does create, like for manufacturing jobs. It's sustainable. You got to get the right science and the right branding and market out there. Yeah,
and at this point, beer is not going anywhere. And
it never is.
It's been around for a while.
And shout out to Vine Street Brewing. It's the first black-owned brewery in Missouri that's here at this festival, and it's opening doors. You know what I'm saying? Even Barrel and Flow. It's like a family reunion, but it's also fellowship, and we're building that culture, especially in the black community, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't know anything about craft beer.
Right, and I saw even like with tourism, I saw like I maybe ran across, and just not even, I'm just going on my way. I ran across like 10 different people that bumped into me and said, "Hey, you going to Barrel and Flow?" My shirt.
Yeah.
That's, the odds of that. Yeah. With that many people coming in, that people will stop me. That just shows the impact that the DNA have had with just staying on focus, being consistent, and obviously the city going to see a lot of revenues from this. So
Yeah,
it's pretty
yeah,
cool.
Yeah, it's our annual pilgrimage. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You know, it sucked when they did the DigiFest because I was like, man, I want to go. You know what I'm saying? Even though it was cool, it was cool that they did it because I watched a lot of it and it was different, but it was some of the things they did, like some of the cooking stuff they did for the DigiFest. I was like, that's kind of dope.
Everybody got they tricked out in-home.
Yeah. You got to see everybody's shit. But, like we talk about, this podcast is because of Ed and Day, but the pandemic turned it into something else. Well, our plan was to talk to people around Kansas City. Mm-hmm. But
all of a sudden, we can talk to anybody.
We can talk to anybody because Zoom, it just turned. You want to talk to somebody in England, you can do that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what's our favorite story from last year? Homeboy from Rock Leopard Brewing, Stacey Aye. Mm-hmm. I met him on Twitter. He came on the show. He sent us beer from London.
Wow.
It was like one of our first 10 episodes.
Yeah. He sent us beer. It took 6 weeks to get here. And then last year, his first time in the United States, Barrel and Flow.
Man, look, hey,
grabbed his wife and said, "Let's go."
Across the pond, man. It's really inspirational to see like stories like that play out because it really shows like how transformative. Like, there's so many different auxiliary businesses outside of just the production of beer.
Yes, sir.
And it's a lot of STEM opportunities too. So you got all these new enterprises that's being born and those that's being revisualized. You know?
So what are some of those other things that you said you're getting into with manufacturing and stuff?
Well, I'm a commercial developer now. So zoning and permits and things like that. That's my culture. But I'm making a soy sauce brand as well as a spicy mayonnaise company. I've been with my beer. I've been exporting, getting into export conversations with some Southeast Asian countries, countries, as well as Ontario, Canada.
Wow,
for the beer.
For the beer, yeah.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
crazy. You can't put it in the place that you're from, but you're about to work on sending it all over the world. That's
is
nuts to me.
It's mind-blowing to me, and it's hard to sometimes articulate it, but it's easier for me to export my product overseas in places I've no business being than in my own neighborhood.
Yeah.
We've learned that a lot doing the show and even coming here and meeting everybody, that a lot of people have had to build the brand first and do that before they can even get a space in their own hometown.
Right.
I mean, that's Crowns and Hops.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, Vine Street would same way.
Vine Street did. I mean, but over and over we hear that story.
Well,
I haven't. I mean, if you really think about it, it's like most companies that have been unconventional are the ones that kind of stayed the test of time. Because it's like I really don't know too many companies that's in this space that kind of just had a yellow brick road to success.
Well, now if you're going to open a brewery, this is it. I got a lot of friends who have breweries. I'm like, so you wanted to open a brewery, huh?
It looked really good on the napkin.
No, it's funny because one of the breweries I work at, shout out to Nolan at Transparent, last week the boiler went out. The AC was on the fritz. He's like, there's something else going to happen. And, of course, something else went out.
You got to find your piece. So
Yeah.
In a straight jacket.
No, it's that's real. It's real. So what's the plans for, like, are you going to do a brewery? Are you going to be doing production there? Are you able to do, like, a tap room and that stuff in that space?
We are, but our focus is more so just the experience. So, a lot of people are familiar with going, like, to these destinations where they might have a Caribbean island they at, and they got a whole rum from stalk to production kind of set up and incorporates tourism. We're looking at doing something like that.
Okay.
We expect, because we're on the I-10 interstate, we're right around NASA, NASA development. That's one of the largest developments for NASA in the U.S. They got like 200,000 square feet they're expanding on. We're less than a mile from there. We're trying to really create a tourist attraction in an area that has a rich beer history but doesn't have anything that pays homage to it. Like New Orleans, it was once the craft beer mecca of the South.
Where was it?
Yeah,
When was that?
So like right before I want to say World War II, we had like 80 breweries because we got the big old port. So pretty much the whole port was just breweries. We had a huge influx of German population. We had like the largest German population in a city at one point in time, and all these areas that's now like a World War II museum, things like that. There were breweries at one point in time.
Huh. I did not know this history, and I thought I knew about New Orleans. I didn't know about that.
So it's a resurgence, although it's kind of slow. Because we do have got the toughest laws outside of us in Mississippi, kind of go back and forth each year. But I think there's a ever-growing interest in that.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're on the forefront of being one of those companies that could tell it, but also tell, like, other narratives, too, that sometimes are left out.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you've made some headway, like in getting things done within the state?
Yeah, we got site control of 14 acres of land, which is unheard of, like, for commercially zoning for, you know, a black family my size. We got our product in Walmart and Total Wine and stuff like that. So, you know, that's a blessing.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm trying to scale it up some more. And, you know, once we have our official brick and mortar location where we can further go into different things, it'll be good. You know, we're trying to create some generational wealth.
Because you've been at it for a minute.
Yeah. I'm glad I started early, because I was like, all right.
Because, I mean, your story, I mean, like I said, when that was 2018, you know, so you've been grinding for.
Well, I started in 2009. That's when I first started.
Wow.
Brewing and getting into the space.
That is crazy.
Wow. So, yeah, that's been a bit.
It's been a bit.
Yeah.
So what beers? I know you've got the flagship Honey. What other beers are out in the market, and what markets can people find your beer?
So my favorite product right now we just released. I like the brand in person, but it's called Bayou Cowboy. It's a white ale. It's almost on the lines of being a wheat beer. But it's balanced. It's not too overly hoppy. We found like a lot of our markets, like the demographics, like specifically like women that's in the grocery stores, because that's our main retailers.
Yeah.
They gravitate toward it pretty well. It's, you know, we found a lot of chefs started to use it with brining meats and things like that. So we love that, you know, when a chef could take our product and ramp it up and have an application for it. That's a compliment in itself.
Yeah.
Something I'm looking forward to that we releasing. We got a product that's going to pay homage to St. Augustine of Hippo. He's a patron saint of beer as well as print press from Algeria. A lot of people don't know about his history. But I happened to go to a school that was a Catholic school that was named after him. So, you know, I'm trying to get our alumni recognize, you know, some of his contributions. But also we're making a Slam and Golden Ale that we're going to scale up. We're going to release it almost like a two-part disc CD. We're going to have a golden ale, and then we're working on getting some barrels to barrel age the next variation of that. But it's from Hippo with Love and then Ode to Augustus is the name.
I like
that.
Yeah. You got to tell me about that. You said stouts earlier, so I got to.
Oh
know
yeah.
about the stouts.
So
I mean, let's get to the real stuff.
So the craziest thing I do with stouts is extremely New Orleans centric. I add beignets to the fermenter.
Oh
shit! Yeah. So
heard, Chef.
And it ain't sweet, you know. It's very balanced. You get some of that dough flavor in it, but it's really like it's about 12%. So it's a slow sip, but it ain't like extremely pastry.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. At 12, you gotta tell your friends.
Well, that's
I mean, you can hit it with you can even pair it with a cigar. I don't know if y'all do the cigar. It's one of those type of beers.
Yeah.
There's always a good cigar vendor here at the fest.
Yeah. You familiar with whiskey sticks?
I am.
That's my dude.
Whiskey and Sticks. They got another company, Tap and Ash.
I love that name.
Tap and Ash. Awesome. I went to them and they got a spot in Vegas. It's like the craziest tap room, like with a high tech.
That's cool.
Beer pulling system. And all that. It's pretty cool.
So what do you like to drink? What style do you gravitate to?
Honestly, because it's been my ball and chain. I kind of, honestly, on the other side of alcohol, I drink like scotches and things like that. So I normally like a scotch ale.
Yeah.
I like ambers, like traditional ambers. I kind of like, you know, you mentioned what I used to drink. I used to drink a lot of Newcastle, so I still like. I still show love for brown ales. A lot of people don't really do them, but I have an affinity for brown ales.
Okay.
Yeah.
No,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
We got to ask the important question for him.
What's the important question?
How can people find Cajun Fire?
Oh, that's right.
Follow you, find you.
At Drink Cajun Fire. That's our hashtag and username for a lot of different stuff. But, you know, if you're in Texas, we actively going into the state of Texas, which is like a big-ass country. So the comptroller recognizes us coming. Georgia, we got our Surety Bond license. We ready to roll. We got a couple markets that's going to be picking us up eventually, like Walmart, Total Wine, and Trader Joe's. That's the three that we normally gravitate into, and regionally, hyper regionally, I guess, is Publix. I mean, not Publix, Rouse's. I'm kind of speaking into existence. I would love to be in.
Hey, sometimes you got to do that. Publix.
Well, you know what? Speaking of Total Wine, so I don't know if you know, in Kansas City, there's a big brand called Lucas Liquors.
Yes.
They just got bought out by Total Wine.
Really? I didn't
So
know that. When did that happen?
maybe we get some Cajun fire
Breaking
in
news.
Kansas
When
City,
Total
baby.
Wine come in, they
Yeah,
do
so
not
when you
leave.
Yeah, Total Wine's the
So
shit.
when you
They
say
put the
you've got
water
deals
tag
with
up.
Total Wine and Trader Joe's, is that nationwide or just in
It's just
some
in whatever states. So right now we Michigan, Louisiana, Georgia, the Carolinas. That's the states we got licensing in.
Nice.
Shit, we need to get some of that shit in Kansas City.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Well, I'm gonna have to have a little ship up from Texas.
Hey,
Oh, heard. Yeah.
We're gonna need some beer mail from our buddies in Texas.
I will be in Texas next month. Just so happens.
All right.
yeah. But I'm looking forward to this Barrel and Flow Fest, man.
Yeah.
You can probably hear me cheesing through the mic.
Yeah. What was it? Because we talk about it, and many of the people who come on our podcast, they have come out of this festival. You know what I'm saying? What has it meant to you over the years?
So this the first festival I'm gonna be at where I'm not actually at a booth, but I still feel like it's cool of enough a concept where I'm gonna probably be asking whoever's operating like, hey, can I assist you?
Yeah,
and I don't have no
yeah.
problem with that because it's just a good time.
Yeah.
Man. The clients and the people that's here, everybody is in a good mood. It ain't people that's overly stuck up or entitled.
Yeah.
Which you find in a lot of these spaces, but also. Just the sheer amount of creativity that's just floating around. You got all these musicians that I never heard of. Their music is off the chain.
Yeah.
Artists that's doing all kind of crazy.
The can artist crazy.
Like even like with y'all with this sticker right here. That's cool, man.
That's courtesy a lot of bourbon.
Yeah, and then, of course the
bourbon
beers.
designs.
You can't get a better palette.
It's
It's
turned into a thing. So, bro, thank you, man. It's been a long time.
I know, man. Hey, it's
been
gonna
a
get a
long
lot
time.
longer as we
Well, look.
go to that bottle show later tonight. Bottle show tomorrow night.
The old bottle share.
most magical night of the year.
It's legendary.
Yes.
Don't
Yeah.
run off, Woody. We see you. That's my man. That's my man Woody from Vine Street.
Oh yeah. I
That's
recognize
John
it.
from the Cajun
Yeah,
Fire.
we just met at the
y'all did?
Epic conference, I think. Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
But it's all good, bro. Thank you for coming doing this, bro.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
Oh yeah, appreciate y'all, man.
Yes,
Good
sir.
seeing y'all again.
Yeah,
We'll see
get
y'all
you some of
tomorrow.
that.
There you go. Don't turn it on. Wait, that's the wrong song.
Lies. Woody don't never ever say shit, right?
Man, these mics sound good. Y'all
They'll just show you right. Show you right.
Y'all just stuck the game up.
Yeah, listen,
know.
he does that so he can always sound like Barry White.
I mean,
Nigel.
you know,
We
Here
are
we are.
semi-professional.
I forgot this is the radio man over here.
Nigel Knight.
Yes, indeed. Look who's in the house. We got Philly Mac and what even Vine Street. Vine Street Grill.
Hold on, wait a minute. The way you introduced
Street.
him, that was cold. The way you introduced him, we got Philly Mac in the building, and we got
Yeah, you were excited about Philly Mac. You were not excited
we always got
about Woody.
You can't say Woody. Woody, it's Woody's here.
Kevin Johnson, y'all. Kevin Johnson.
Hello, Kevin Johnson.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
you know what? I love it. I didn't know you were a beer guy. I love it. Yes, sir. Yes,
That's
sir.
awesome.
Yes, sir. We're gonna get you next on this podcast. That's beautiful. For those who don't know, Kevin Johnson, former Phoenix Sun point guard.
Former Phoenix Sun, great.
Okay, my bad.
Okay.
Damn.
He gave you that death stare.
Yeah.
You better put some respect
You
on
gotta-
his name.
Hey, pay your dues.
Yeah. I mean, that's beautiful. There's a Black Brewers Association now. That's cool.
Great to see.
That's cool. That's
Yeah,
cool.
great.
Is that
see.
is that new? Newly
Yes.
formed?
Yes,
It's
new.
very new. I
Yes.
remember what was this 2020 the first one back.
So 21.
After COVID. I remember they were in works of talking about it. I remember them pulling me to the side. Of course, I'm not talking about Kevin Johnson. I ain't that famous. I'm talking about
Kevin Johnson calls up Philly Mac.
No, that's
Mac
not.
Brewing.
That's not. I know how that's gonna sound, but no, it was like Celeste of Harlem Brewery. I forget the other breweries that were there, but we were having like a deep conversation about like, hey, do you think this is worth it? I think it's a good idea. It's pros and cons with it. As long as it's in a good space and there's no like hierarchy.
Yeah.
Because
Bureaucracy.
I think yes.
Yeah.
Because I think when it comes to brewer associations, that's what it becomes. And then now we have people that are, gate watchers.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that that's what they're doing. I'm not even insinuating that that's what's going to happen. That when I was first brought with that idea, that's how I thought of it.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that doesn't happen.
Well, and I think that gate watchers, I call them gatekeepers. I think that breeds killing, exclusiveness.
Mm-hmm.
It actually adds exclusiveness in this place that we're here to kill that. You know what I mean?
We're here to commiserate.
Well, that's what you do when you bring in people that look like me.
Well,
we do the
Here we are.
gatekeeping.
The elephant in the room. goddammit.
Hey, wait a minute. We love people like you too. Come on, don't do us like that. You know what I'm saying?
So Barrel and Flow, like I said, 2023. Philly Mac, you've been here, several years, and Woody's a newbie, bro.
Brand spanking new.
Brand spanking new. Can you just explain a little bit to him what this is been like for you over the years?
Hold on, before he does that, I just got to say this. Now, him and I, we had a great conversation earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say this: if you listen in Philadelphia, just be good to me if I got my Cowboys jersey on. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to get beat up. I just want to have a little fun. You know what I'm saying?
Man, so
Man, he's starting it early.
He choosing violence.
I didn't say nothing bad. I just said be good to me. You know what I'm saying?
So, talking with Woody, excuse me. I was telling him how I met you back in 2019.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Brewery wasn't even formed yet.
Yeah.
I came with a 6-pack of beer. This is unlike any other beer festival. When I came with a 6-pack just, with hopes that somebody will try it and let me know what I need to improve. But unlike any other any other beer festivals, you don't get to try like the home brewer stuff. You just drink everything else, get shit faced, and hopefully you make it home on time.
Right.
And it wasn't nothing like that.
No.
And the connections that I made back in 2019 still hold strong to this day. So it's more so like a family reunion. You come here, people trade information, people are letting you know what's going on, and they encourage you more and more. Just building up the brand, building up your presence. There's no big I's and small U's. I don't care what, like you saying, Kevin Johnson, but he's just here.
Right.
And this is his first time here, so he's just taking it all in. And nobody, it's no big heads. It's everybody's really here to help you get to the next level. And that's what I love about it. I'll forever be coming. I mean, it's 5 hours away. People think Pittsburgh and Philly's close. That's a 5-hour trip.
No.
Well, I hate to tell you this. Mine was like 13. You know what I'm saying? But
over 2 days. Don't be playing.
Man, hey man, I'm trying to be like a superhero. You know what I'm saying? Don't be telling everybody.
Look, straight shot on I-70. It's all good.
No, until you get to the mountains. Okay, they kind of.
What mountains?
It's like mountains, man. Like when you get to like
those are hills.
it's close enough. You know what I'm saying? I don't do height. Okay, I'm saying I can't even be on a ladder. You know what I mean? 6 foot ladder. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Pittsburgh different. Pittsburgh, like if you ever in Philly, it's like we have a place called Manayunk, and Manayunk is a section of the city and it's hills and it goes up and down. Literally, Pittsburgh is like a very big Manayunk. So my first time coming to Pittsburgh was probably 8 years ago, and I'm born and raised in Philly. I've never been to Pittsburgh.
That's weird. You're 5 hours apart. I've never been there.
Never been there.
That's
but
crazy.
You have people from Pittsburgh that never been to Philly.
That's just crazy.
Like this is a whole nother world, and it's like you're closer. Like Pittsburgh is more so like a Midwest city. No, technically it's not in the Midwest, but if you really look, and when you guys
the
come
vibe,
up,
yeah.
and
Oh,
the
yeah,
vibe that
that's
you
the
get,
vibe,
Pittsburgh is Midwest.
Yeah.
Now, if you ever been to Philly, you don't get that Midwest vibe. Like this,
is it kind of a little bit more like industrial, kind of? Yeah.
I'm close to Jersey. They close to Cleveland.
Yeah.
It's a whole nother world.
Enough said.
So what are you bringing? Because let's talk about it though.
Let's get
We
to the
know
real
you
thing.
don't play on the ABV. We know this. We heard on one podcast there was a little bit of the liquid intrusion. They were like, y'all were in a collab, and you were like, I'm not doing something that low ABV.
Basically, the story was that you strong armed, and you were like, nope.
My man. You know what I'm saying?
So what happened was
What
that's
happened was,
something
yeah.
that's something that I've stood strong on. Even when we did the collab with Trogs, we did a 10.1%
Yeah.
Pilsner.
That's low for you.
But it's a Pilsner. So it's like so it was like, okay, that's just like the branding of it. I think when it comes to having high gravity for us, it's more of a branding. That's
Yeah.
what we do.
Heard. Got it.
So
Yeah.
so Elliot is the other brewer at Vine Street, brewer and owner of Vine Street. Elliot, listen. Okay, if we do a collab with this man, you got to go with me. We doing high ABV, or else,
Yeah.
or else he walking out the building. So you got to do it.
I mean, our favorite story is like the Mac IPA.
The unlabeled can.
Well, even the label can, it had no ABV on it. And
I remember I grabbed that out of the tub.
out of the tub. You remember that party?
That was a long. Are you talking about the barley
after-
wine? You talking about the High Noon?
No. It was
like your
it was your IPA, but
Double
there
IPA.
were no labels on it.
Oh no, that wasn't
That was in
the IPA.
21.
That's what I have here this year.
That was at the
That was
bathtub
the-
at the party. Remember that the party?
wait, you got a barley wine here?
I got that for the bottle share, 19.6.
Oh yeah,
And it's a
19.6.
3-year-old can.
19.6.
19.6, and it's a 3-year-old can.
I'm gonna have to send the family. Look, y'all gonna need another room because I don't want y'all to see.
We
me
brought a
acting
barley
again
wine as
for-
well. I bought.
Did you bring what barrels?
Yeah, so the brewery I work at, shout out to Nolan and Transparent. This will be year 3. The anniversary, he does a barrel aged barley wine. So this one, I've got for tonight, I've got a 21 and a 22.
Nice.
Yeah,
Find me.
that shit ain't going in the bucket, bro.
I'm gonna find you.
We're gonna be like
we gonna pour that
We're
up.
gonna be like the Henny
Like the
Ninja.
hand, just walk and pull that out of the pouch.
I'm gonna have my
Want
cup
some-
with me.
want some
Don't even
soda
worry
wine?
about it.
Let me tell you something. And I'm not saying this just to be nice, but Transparent is probably one of the most underrated breweries in Kansas City.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
You know.
I gotta get out to Kansas City, man.
Yeah,
Y'all-
come on.
Come on out. I'm saying, man.
Collab, bro.
Let's set up this collab
All right.
and come on out.
You heard it here
Bro.
first.
We can do a play on the Super Bowl. We could do I mean, they may not let me get my Cowboys off, so it ain't gonna probably work.
I mean, you could be a Cowboys fan, just don't wear the jersey in the stadium.
No.
Hey, bro,
Hey.
you're fucking next. We've been trying to get you on this podcast forever. Don't be trying to run off.
Go after Matt. Woo!
What up, baby?
What's up?
Crowns and Hops just walked by.
Yeah, I'm like
We
starstruck.
definitely-
I got
we de-
starstruck just now. I'm not even gonna lie to you, bro.
Bro,
I got
bro.
starstruck. But hey, when I was like, oh no, hell no, that was
No,
like
no.
almost like Kevin Johnson.
When,
But I got
when
starstruck.
we were talking about the bathtub story, he was there.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he had a whole
That was
speech.
like the-
we had like 25 people in the hotel
You know
room.
what's crazy? Yeah.
It's
and
like
that
a
was
college
like that
party,
was,
only good beer.
that was like during that was like right after COVID. And we
was
were
the first
all
one.
like,
Yeah.
everybody was kind of nervous. Like, hold on, we all just gonna be here? It's like 25 people in here.
I mean, it was
Nobody was sick, but
No,
everybody
no.
was drinking. Now, one thing, it wasn't no cups like this. Who cup is that? I don't know. Give me a new one. But man, love you guys. Y'all like really, y'all don't understand like what you've done just to put the battery in my back, because what people don't talk about a lot when it comes to owning a brewery is the ups and the downs.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's your own demons.
Yeah.
Cause it's like, man, if I make this, is anybody gonna drink it?
Yeah.
Is anybody gonna like it? Is it gonna sell? Fuck it, I ain't gonna keep doing this. I need to figure out something else. And every
gotta get
time I
past that
come,
head trash, man.
Yeah, man.
Well, and I think the most important, I mean, he really hit it. Like, the most important thing, especially like for me, is, I mean, brewing beer, whatever you're doing, you just got to do you, and you got to be unapologetic of who you are. You know what I mean? That's kind of what Vine Street is. Like, we're us, we're unapologetic.
Yeah.
And, we would love for you all to come along for the ride, but if you're not, we still going to be us, and we still
Yeah.
going to, we're still going to, I mean, not just brew what we love, but we still going to, there's always going to be a taste of us in whatever
yeah.
we're brewing. So.
Yeah. Look, like we like to say, one monkey don't stop no show, and two don't make no circus.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Don't
for sure.
ask me to make a low gravity beer.
No,
I'm only making something low gravity. It's either non-alcoholic or high as fuck.
yeah.
There's no in between.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm literally gonna go back to Kansas City, and I'm like, my man Max said he don't make low beers. So guess what? I don't make low beers.
Bitches.
Hey,
But here's the thing, though. Here's the
Elliot,
kicker.
Elliot will be like, if you don't get your ass on over here on this field, on this thing and start working on, okay, all right.
But here's the thing, though. It's not even about the fact of making high gravity beers. I think the thing that really stands out is the fact that I'll make a 14, I'll make a 19, I'll make a 10, and it won't taste like that. This 14 that you're gonna taste tomorrow tastes like something that's
it's sneaky.
Yeah. And see, that's what's impressive. You know, I mean, anybody can make a 14% beer, but can you make it to where it's approachable,
palatable? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
All right, so you talked about your barley wine. I got to tell you, so Woody does one, or he came up with the recipe for one with salsa in it.
The salsa beer is popping.
Salsa beer.
Yeah. So
another brewery's riding that recipe though.
Well, and that's the thing. You know, I was handing out recipes before I even knew I was doing this. You know what I'm saying?
It lives on though.
I mean, but I love that because it's, you know, it's still a part of my story. It may not be brewed by myself, but
you know what I tell? I said that's Woody's original beer.
Oh, I just tell everybody when I buy it. When I order it.
And you know, shout out to Goat Brewing. I mean, they do a great job with it. It's literally a fucking salsa beer.
Yeah, and it tastes like salsa for sure.
It's beautiful.
Yeah,
I don't like salsa, but I'll try it.
You know what?
I don't have it with me. It's not really brewed by me, but
anymore.
But
that was one of your
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I've always had an idea for something crazy. Like there's always something that maybe people aren't thinking about that I'm like, how crazy can I go? How crazy can I get?
Well, that was the thing when you and Elliot got together, because I was like, Elliot's classic styles, right?
Very traditional.
Him, not so much. So
I like the classic stuff. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the classic stuff. I just want to bump it up a notch.
I just want to make it 10% or higher.
Yeah, no, but I want to make a lambic. I just want my lambic to be 8%.
Okay, heard.
Yeah, I'm in. Okay, I mean, like you ain't saying nothing I don't like.
And I don't want to use champagne yeast. I feel like people try to do lambics and then they take the champagne yeast and it's not giving me the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta find the perfect yeast. That's the only reason I ain't did it yet. Once I find the perfect yeast.
When you do, please send me some. That's the perfect. I just want some. You know what I'm saying?
There was some shit in Dayton last night. It was, on the board at the fancy brewery we went to.
Yeah.
And there was some yeast that they use. I forget what it was called. I had to look it up. I'd never heard of that shit. Anybody remember what it was?
Was that at Little Fish?
Yeah, it was a Little Fish. Yeah. Oh, I got a Allagash White right here. Is that Crowns and Hops? Which one is that?
We're drinking craft.
That's nice.
We're drinking.
That's nice.
I mean, I'll take some shit.
I'm at Barrel and Flow.
He's like, I ain't
most
gonna
of the beers.
throw it out.
I ain't turned down nothing but my collar.
And he ain't got one, you know.
Yes, indeed. So, Woody, I mean, your first day here, you've kind of seen the vibe. This is, you know.
I've never been here.
Right. But what are you thinking?
I mean, like you said, this is a homecoming, and I ain't even never been here. You know,
it's a homecoming.
I mean, it's
I didn't even go to school here.
Woody walked past me on the elevator. Now I'm going back. Woody walked past me yesterday, or was it today? He walked past me yesterday. He didn't even speak. He just had the mean mug.
Hey, I just got off the mountains. You got to give me some credit. You know what I'm saying? I just got the mountains. You know what I'm saying? But
you know what he did? He went, I bet that's a Phillies fan.
No, I didn't say that. See, I'm trying to get back right. You know?
He probably did. He probably did.
You never
got that beard. I don't know.
He said that beard. Yeah, that Philly beard. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. What's up with him?
Yeah, no,
his eyes is shifted.
That's that Philly shift.
No.
See, I'm gonna leave Philadelphia. I love y'all. Okay, let me come in with maybe just a cap, you know, or one sock, something, you know.
No.
Okay, the man said no.
But if we get the beer together, we put this collab together. You know, we get you a pass.
Okay, all right.
How many collabs come out of this? I mean, you know,
yeah,
this festival, people meet up, you do stuff together.
Yeah. I mean, how many just
friendship,
just motherfuckers repping each other. I mean, you know, it's just one of those, you know, it's like that's my, you know, the amount of dap that was happening when everybody came out that room. I was like, oh, that's my family.
Well, and like I said, I mean, like I'm the newcomer, but like I don't feel that way here. I feel like I'm.
We've been talking you up though.
Well, and I appreciate that.
You know,
I appreciate.
I mean, even Dave was like, Vine Street's here. He said, "Thank you for telling them to come." Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
they
I mean,
needed to be here.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, we wouldn't miss it. I mean, last year was that was it was kind of tough for us. We were trying to open. We was trying to get everything together, but
You mean the last 3 years?
the last, you're right. The last 3 years,
Yeah.
The last 3 years. When's Vine Street opening soon?
we supposed to been open. We supposed to been open every June. You know what I'm saying?
Every June we're gonna
every June
open.
we supposed to been open. But I always said once we get open, like I really want to be here. I really want to be.
Yeah.
I just really want to be a part of
Where
this.
the fuck is Kemet at?
Kemet flying in at like 10 o'clock tomorrow. I'm
He
like,
coming
missing
in on the
most of
Learjet.
it.
So
Yeah.
Kemet's one of the 3 partners.
Wait. So he's not even going to be here to help you set up?
Oh.
Hey, y'all
Damn.
trying to get me in trouble,
No,
man.
no,
I'm not trying- I'm not trying-
no.
Yeah,
We're
for
gonna
the
give
setup.
Kemet some goddamn
He ain't
shade.
here for the setup.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be here for the setup.
But I mean, it's the bottle share. We drinking
Yeah,
now.
he missing out. Kemet,
So
you missing out.
yeah, he got to set up by himself.
Well, but that's the. No, I'll let you tell him because I would love that. You know what I'm saying? but no, I guess he has a family event.
Gotcha.
So you can get away with that with the family event.
I got
You
you.
know,
I
but
got you.
of course, I brought my family. So
Heard, chef.
but but no, I mean, like, not just myself, but Vine Street, we all are excited, for us to be able to participate.
You know
in
who
that
I
way.
wish was here?
Who?
Annie. She would.
Well, and that's the
She would,
thing.
but somebody's got to run the brewery. I get it.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. I do think next year,
Yeah.
we need to work it out and
Yeah.
let Annie come because I think she
Oh,
would love it.
she would love it.
And Annie's been a huge part of what we do.
So Annie's our operations manager, taproom manager. But the funny thing about Annie, we did this. Remember the collab with Vanessa House out of Oklahoma City?
Yeah.
And they came to my homeboy's brewery and did this collab. And Annie really wasn't really a beer drinker, much.
Yeah.
But that was the day she got turned on. We kept feeding her beers, man. Now she's all
Yeah.
about the goddamn beers.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so when
and-
y'all
and-
bring her next year, y'all gotta have Jay-Z Volume 2, Hard Knock Life queued up. So when she walk out,
hey, let me tell you something. Hey, Annie she is a hard worker.
Yeah.
And she has a vision of where she wants things to go. And I'll be honest with you, like when we first started, we like Elliot and I, like, look, we got
That's
the
not
beer,
true, yeah.
we got the beer, we're
Yeah.
good. We know where we want to go from that aspect.
The tap
Yeah,
room.
yeah. And she had a vision for everything else. And when we saw it, we were like, yeah, this is the right person for us. And like, yeah, she's she's tremendous.
It's the most beautiful tap room that I would say I've ever seen. I mean, what she's done, because I know it's not these motherfuckers.
probably not.
Because there's so many nook and crannies at this brewery, at this tap room, that the details, you're like, who the fuck thought of that? Like for instance, I love if I'm coming to your brewery, if your bathroom is whack, I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah, bathroom got to be clean.
Yeah, their bathrooms, color coded, and each one is a different music
Yeah,
artist.
different music
It's
artist.
fucking dope.
Yeah.
It's just sick. Every part of that place is just so well done. And of course, I love it because
The art
it's
is amazing.
immediately the most fucking diverse tap room in Kansas City history.
So I got
Immediately.
to come to Kansas.
Yeah,
Immediately.
Yeah, no,
It
Missouri,
really is.
From Missouri.
Yeah, not Kansas. We had this
Yeah.
conversation
Yeah,
last
yeah,
night.
yeah.
Somebody,
Yeah,
I
I don't mean to correct you, you know what I'm saying? But
no,
somebody gonna be like,
motherfuckers, you got to correct them because they don't know.
yeah, but
There's really nothing good on the Kansas side.
I mean,
man,
It's fine.
I'm not gonna say that, man.
I ain't got nothing to do with that. Don't hold that against me. I didn't say it.
Yeah,
No,
You trying
not a lot-
to
there's
start
not a lot over
something?
there.
Nobody from Kansas goes to Vine Street now because no, that was Nigel that said that. That was Nick that
No,
said
I
that.
didn't.
I didn't say that.
Nigel been saying that since I met him, though. Nigel been saying
People
that
are
since I met him.
confused. You from Kansas? No.
Listen, he's been correcting me since 2019.
Yes, sir.
Kansas? No.
It's Missouri, sir.
Missouri.
I mean, no, I get it. I did it, so I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Then I have to explain how, because the Kansas side was not Kansas City, Kansas. It was Wyandotte, Kansas.
Yeah, they
And
changed
so
their name
They
to try
changed the
to-
name to get some Kansas City, Missouri shine and confuse motherfuckers. And people are still confused. Are you from Kansas? No, that girl last night.
Yep.
You from Kansas? No. Kansas City, Missouri. There's a Kansas City, Kansas. Totally different.
So how close is that to St. Louis?
About 3 hours, about
Don't-
3.5
don't-
hours.
Yeah.
See, y'all major cities is closer than ours. You know what I'm saying?
Well, don't get him started by
Yeah.
St. Louis though. He got
St.
some
Louis is fine. It's just I don't like the Cardinal fans.
what do you call them? St. Losers.
The St. Losers.
I ain't in that neither. Don't put me in that.
Yeah, no, don't get in that one either.
I don't want no Midwest beef.
I'm in it too, because don't get me wrong, I'm Royals through and through. So, I don't be trying to hear all that St. Louis stuff.
Like
you know.
I trained
a
my
fan.
but the beer,
They got some good beer scene.
They got a really good beer scene.
They do have a good beer scene there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I did train my niece so well to hate the Cardinals that she doesn't even like the bird now.
Damn.
I like
That's a fly ass bird.
One landed at in their yard that we were all sitting outside one time. One landed and she starts yelling at it. I'm like, I'm kind of proud of you.
Damn.
Hey,
Damn. So Woody, welcome, bro. First time.
Man,
This is just the beginning.
man, I'm like I said, just happy to be here,
If you
man.
don't-
I'm happy to make it here. Okay.
The mountains, yeah. Had to go across
well,
the mountains.
I mean, yeah, the mountains, and I'm like you driving through stuff that's just nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see something, but I'm here in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here,
Yeah.
and this whole vibe is fantastic.
Yes, sir.
Just it's great to see all the education, and like anybody that wants education about opening a brewery or just want to be a part of the scene.
Yeah.
Come here. You know, I love it, and I'm gonna bring all this back and
Yeah.
say, look, you know, just come, show up, and be a part of this.
Did you know?
Did you know?
Did you
can
know?
come to Philly.
According to
excuse
the-
me, Pittsburgh. Have a good time.
Oh, wow. He said, did you know,
he's so
according
hard
to
on
USA
Philly.
Today, #1 beer festival in the country.
Best
I
damn
see
beer
it.
festival
Let's,
ever.
Definitely
let's
is.
fucking go.
I see it, and ain't even been to the festival yet.
I know,
Okay,
that's,
I
a fucked
see
up,
it.
that's a fucked up thing.
Yeah,
Goddamn.
I mean, I see it. You know,
So because y'all been drinking since what, 8?
No. We were in Dayton, Ohio last night.
I'm going to say
so
2.
We hung out. hung out in Dayton.
Oh, so
actually,
y'all ain't went to sleep.
Hello,
That's what you said.
Celeste. How are you? Good. Good to see you. That's Celeste. She's the head brewer at Harlem Brewing.
yeah, I met her.
Yeah,
That's the one
yeah.
that didn't tell me KJ was Kevin Johnson. So you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Goddamn KJ.
Yeah.
Damn it.
All right, boys. Thanks for popping on.
No problem.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
We'll be getting the postmortem from Woody. We'll have to edit that in after the
that'll be it.
festival.
Oh,
you,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So,
Don't drink too much now, because setup is tomorrow.
right. Hey, how we gonna get you your shit though, bro? What time do you have to set up? Because we've never done the brewers part. What time y'all
we
set
start
up?
setting up at 8? Is that what time?
Yeah, where your beer at?
Well, my beer was shipped to here, so
No shit.
With the distributor, or are you?
with a distributor, yeah.
Oh, all right. So they're gonna have it there when you get there.
Yeah.
My beer's in the walk-in downstairs.
Here?
Yes.
That's impressive.
Every hotel I go to, I'm gonna need you walk-in.
And they always do it?
I got about 5 kegs with me.
You got 5 with you.
Don't tap my shit
Yeah.
unless you got a check. You got a check, we can make it happen.
I'll take cash.
Cool.
Yeah, don't tell me that shit's in the mail.
Kind of like Radio Row. We're just grabbing motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? We got
Which we made that joke, but it's actually real.
It is real. So we got Daddy Porter in the house, and we got Centric Styles.
What's up, y'all?
From KC. So we've had you on before. What's been up? Well, I've been on your shit.
Yeah, you
No,
have, y'all
no,
on-
you have not been on.
right.
Oh, that's right.
Well, it's his fault that we haven't had you on.
Okay.
It's all Nigel's
I
fault.
am looking at you. That focus is like you.
We're gonna have to work on that. We're gonna have to work on that.
Okay.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah,
great.
yeah, yeah.
That'd be great.
So, Daddy Porter, is that your preferred beer, porters?
Yeah, that's how it all started. But it's kind of moved to just IPAs. I could be Daddy IPA and it'd just be fine.
Okay.
But that doesn't roll off the tongue.
I mean, it kind of does.
Daddy Porter's got some heft to it.
You put some daddy in front of anything. It
Daddy
sounds
IPA
good.
kind of sounds like Daddy Yankee almost. So that's what kind of reminds me of a little bit.
You got some rhymes and shit. Daddy Porter.
No. You don't want to hear that.
Yeah. So what's your beer story? How'd you get into craft?
Basically, I'm an at-home dad, so I needed kind of something to, evolve with as they get older. I homeschool, so at some point, really close, they're 19 and 17. They're gonna be out.
Yeah.
So
Hang on a second. I'm just gonna live vicariously through him for a little bit. Tell me more stories, Daddy Porter.
Oh, we got them. But so I figured, I just found this love of beer and craft beer, and as you get in, you find the lack of black people that look like you, if you're black, in it, and that has inspired me just to talk about it and try to make mainstream it as much as possible. As far as black people like good beer, we're not just 40s and whatever Billy D. Williams was drinking back in the day.
Works every time.
Well, with Billy D, I mean, I'm sure it always works with him, but
Heard. There we are.
He was swinging and missing very often.
So I figured it'd be something I could, work towards and, have, a career, do something. And so as it gets closer to that time that the boys are going to leave the house, I don't know what I want to do. So it sounds.
So where are you based out of?
Madison, Wisconsin. Good beer place.
I was going to say, what's the beer scene like in I guess it's Wisconsin. It makes sense there's going to be beer there, right?
So, yeah, Milwaukee is really, really, really dope as far as craft beer. I highly recommend y'all, anybody who can make Milwaukee, make it. Madison's solid, but it's not Milwaukee.
Did Ale Asylum open back up? They're still closed.
So Ale Asylum closed.
Okay.
Then a local the brewery that replaced them in their original place, Carbon 4, recently bought their brand and is now brewing Ale Asylum beers out of Carbon 4. So Ale Asylum beers live on. So Ale Asylum is actually a live brand still now.
Good, because I always loved Hopulicious from Ale Asylum.
Yeah, that's a dope one. A pale ale that drinks like a big old double IPA or whatever.
I didn't like it at first. I didn't like craft beer the first time I had Hopulicious.
Okay, and
so
then you came around to it?
Yeah, I came back around to it, and I was like, what was I thinking? This is amazing.
It's a really great beer. And so it's still being made, still manufactured. And yeah, Ale Asylum is a classic as far as, Madison beer. So it's good times. Good times.
Livco in the house. Livco in the house.
Yeah, that's
Maybe the liquid always prevail, baby.
Yeah.
You know how we do.
Yeah.
That's how we do.
Andrew from
Yeah.
Liquid
Livco.
Intrusion.
Yep.
Livco, that Queen beer. That Queen beer.
What'd you bring?
So good.
Do you have that Queen
on
beer
there.
this year? Yeah.
So we got the African Queen of her 7 Seas IPA.
Heard.
We got our South of DC Cream Ale.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we made a shift, so we don't have the Plum Basil Farmhouse Ale. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
But we did a collaboration beer in Maryland with a brewery called Forward Brewing Company down in Eastport, Annapolis. We made a beer called the Maryland Maverick, which is a 8% double IPA. Hazy. It's to commemorate Governor Westmore. So, super tasty liquid. Definitely come by. Governor Westmore is Maryland's first black governor.
Oh, shit.
Currently.
Okay.
So we wanted to welcome him with open arms. And then we have our official collaboration for Barrel and Flow, which is the Show Up and Show Out Passion Fruit Pale Ale. 5%, easy drinking. What we realized, we use Southern Tropic hops, which is another South African hop.
Yeah.
We realized that we got a little bit of a hop spice off of that. So we added just a touch of habanero to kind of round it out a little bit. So super passion fruit, great aromatics on it, super fruity, the sweetness, and then it rounds out with a nice slight spice. It's legendary.
Okay.
That's what we like to hear about.
We're on Dope Row, so just come on down. Dope Row is where Dope Cidery is located at.
Yeah.
Dope Row, so
Dope Row,
come on over there.
Yo, Drew, before you leave, I got a question. Didn't y'all do a Stroop Woofle beer?
So I don't think that's here.
Okay, you did one though, right?
We did something. No. The Stroop Waffle.
Yeah, Stroop
that
Waffle.
Was,
sorry.
Black Viking.
Oh,
yeah.
I'm getting my black brews mixed up. I apologize.
But guess what? That's shouting out Maryland breweries.
Yep.
So we love that. But I'm gonna leave y'all to your podcast.
All right, thanks, Drew.
Appreciate you.
So Centric Styles.
What's up, man?
So for those who don't know, he's from KC. He reps a lot of different beers. He's got a great Instagram.
I'll be the first one to say I live in KC, originally from Illinois.
Okay, heard. But you repping KC right now.
KC. I'm repping KC to the fullest.
So how Centric Styles come about? The name and what you're doing?
The name came about, I used to do music back in the day, so I had an eccentric style of music that I did.
Okay.
So that's how that came with it. And I just figured I just might as well keep at it because I like eccentric type beers.
Yeah. So
Well, you said you didn't really like craft beer first started, so what was it that kind of flipped the switch?
I don't know. I didn't like the hoppy stuff right at first. It was
That's a tough gateway, I think.
we were talking about the Hopalicious. I didn't like Hopalicious. At the time, Fergalicious came out from Fergie, and I really liked that song. And then I was like, let me get Hopalicious, and that shit just backfired on me, and it took 40 minutes to drink it. And I'm on Washington Street, really upset in Madison when I'm drinking it. I love it now, though. But I always say it was 2013 when I started like getting more into craft beer and really liking more styles than just like porters and stouts. I really started liking IPAs. I always tell everybody 2013 was the year I started liking things that were bitter for no reason. IPAs and my wife. Bitter for no reason.
Wow.
I like
Wow.
them.
IPAs and my wife.
Wow, that's wild.
Yeah, is she gonna
Wow.
hear this?
No, probably not. Let's hope not. Good Lord. Good
She's not
Lord.
gonna hear this.
So it's
Good
your
luck,
first,
sir.
it's your first time to Bear on the Flow. We're at the beginning of what is an amazing weekend. What's it been like thus far for you
Thus far, it's been dope just seeing everybody that I've seen
on the
like
socials?
on the
Yeah,
socials,
yeah.
and like in real life, and like, oh, hey, I know that person. Hey, I know that person. Like a little bit's like starstruck, and the other parts like with a family reunion almost. Like
Yeah,
you haven't
yeah, yeah.
seen somebody in so long,
Yeah.
and you only really see them like on the socials. Like, okay, they get that embrace or whatnot.
Yeah.
And it's really like a family thing that's going on right now. So I'm really digging about it.
Yeah.
I like that analogy, a family reunion, because you do it once a year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what we
And-
call it.
And then,
yeah.
but then you don't talk to them bitches for another year, though.
You know what's funny? I mean, Nigel and I've always used that phrase too, but like you hear that from everybody here.
Yeah.
It's a family
Yeah.
reunion. It's a homecoming. It's
Yeah.
and I mean, you know,
It's a beautiful thing, and again, we're at the beginning of it, and
it is hard to describe this vibe to anyone else.
It changes you. It really does. I mean, if you're a beer person, even if you're just a beer person, like the festival, yeah, it's a black beer festival, but there's other
There's
people
so
there,
much. It's so much more than
and
that.
everybody's like, I mean, let's keep it real. It's the #1 beer festival in the United States right now. Let's keep it
Number
fucking real.
one.
Number
Yes,
one.
sir.
Number one with a shot.
I like that it doesn't steer away from being a black beer festival though
Yeah.
too. That like you can promote that thing. And
Yeah.
you can be proud of
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I love what they're doing with the latest marketing. It's black AF. I was like, heard, chef, heard. Yes, indeed. So, Daddy Porter,
Yes, sir.
the porters. So, when you go to a brewery, are you looking for porters? What do you? Apparently, you're not just a porter guy anymore. What are you looking for when you go drink?
Yeah, I don't. We can go down this rabbit hole if y'all are interested in it.
I mean-
but you don't see many porters nowadays.
No, you don't. You
so
don't.
I've pretty much given up looking for them. They're there. When they're there, I grab them. But it's kind of like a style that I feel is going away, and I'm
not super
lamenting
popular,
it.
yeah.
No, and it's super. It's taken. But what's taken over is like black IPAs and hoppier things. You know what I mean? Like, we see black hoppy lagers. We see, I was talking to Jeremiah today. I forget what brewery he's from down in Texas, and he was like, I thought that we were getting away from all the hoppy beers, but it seems like we're finding more intricate ways to put hops into beers that aren't
Right.
naturally hoppy.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's where that's going. So I don't, again, when I can jump on a porter, I do. But I mean, I'll drink every IPA you put in front of me. I'm probably part of that problem because I'm.
At least admit you're part of the
can't say
problem.
no.
Right, I'm definitely right, and I'm the one who's buying them. Meanwhile, I'll be talking trash on Friday night about them. Like, there's too many IPAs, but who's the guy who's out there
Drinking
like,
IPA, yeah.
right?
Fucking Daddy Porter.
I'll have a flight of 6. What are they? IPAs.
Yeah.
Give me
Yeah.
straight. You know what I mean?
What's
But if there's not a better place for you too to be like, hey, you guys need to bring a porter back.
Right,
I mean, you can convince people here to do it.
Yeah, I do, and eyes roll, and people are like, "Yeah, that's nice, buddy. That's really cool." But we got to make money here, and I'm like, "Yeah, but are you making money on 11 IPAs on 13 taps?" And I'm like, "Yeah, we are."
Yeah.
Yes,
And
we
I'm
are.
like, "Oh,
Centric,
man."
Centric Styles. What's your go-to, bro? Because I know you drink it. You run the gamut on you, and you do some dope-ass videos. I'll give you that.
Thank you.
Look, the set design, bro. That set design. If you ever seen his Instagram, this shit is dope. I'm like, this motherfucker.
A little man cave right there.
Yeah, it's done on
I gotta
purpose.
check this out.
Yeah. Centric Styles on the Instagrams. What's your go-to?
Go-to's always gonna be a stout.
Oh,
Always
shit.
gonna be a stout.
Okay, heard, chef.
Always stout season.
Most likely barrel-aged stout.
Okay, so that's always stout season.
Always stout season.
Yeah, I did.
100 degrees doesn't matter.
Yeah, heard.
I will sweat and drink it.
I like
You're
that.
gonna sweat with the beer and drink it. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
I could also go by Daddy Triple too, because I
You
love
like triples?
some
Ooh, I had a nice triple last night. Look, shout out to fucking Dayton, Ohio. Had no clue that town. They had like 7 breweries within like walking distance of each other,
wow.
and we went to Toxic Brewing. That is kind
Is
of
it their first brewery? Is that what they said? That was their first?
It's one of the oldest ones in Dayton.
Yeah.
But you don't see many triples. That triple, 11%, couldn't tell. Beautiful, beautiful beer. Beautiful beer.
And crisp and fresh. And
Oh, I think we have it,
light
don't we?
Too.
Yeah, they had a dope to-go collection, but the artwork was kind of like Barrel and Flow
Yes,
artwork.
they said they
every bit of it was
They
dope.
work with a lot of area tattoo artists to do all their can art,
yeah.
and it's freaking
Yeah,
beautiful.
we bought all the
That's
cans.
a brilliant idea.
Yeah.
We
That's
bought
a
all the
brilliant
cans.
idea.
So we
That's
just
dope.
basically said we need one of each.
Yeah,
can,
so we
just to get the can art.
Yeah, I bought all the beers. Every one of those beers was really good, except that one that I mistakenly didn't realize that fucking jalapeno.
Yeah, you
was on
didn't
it.
see the jalapeno part
Yeah,
in the description.
Yeah.
Well,
But here we are.
That's y'all brought a conversation up that I love to talk about. How much does can art affect y'all's buying, and if you don't know anything about it? Like, you don't know anything about the beer. How does can art when you're at the liquor store?
If I run to the store and I don't know, and I'm not getting something specific.
Yeah.
I look for, okay, what's something funky I've never seen before. So I'm looking for that weird art. That's cool art. I don't know what I want.
Some people just look at the can art and buy the fucking beer.
I've done that many a time. Many a time.
Okay. So the can art's important.
Yeah, it's about 80% of the reason I might buy it, a new can.
Okay.
But I feel like craft brewers think more about that than
normal folks.
Yeah.
Normal folks.
Yeah, make us feel good.
Who are these normal folks out here?
Right. Not us, apparently.
Are there normal folk?
Yeah. I mean, no.
Not in this room.
So, Daddy Porter, where can we find you on the socials?
You can Google Daddy Porter. You
Do
can
we
find
need to
me
Google
anywhere.
it?
Again, you putting Daddy Porter, I come up at the top. I'm kind of proud of that, y'all. I just want everybody to know.
You're the only Daddy Porter I know.
Daddy Porter is always on top.
Thank you. That is my new. That's my new slogan. Y'all can find the T-shirts on DaddyPorter.com next week. Proceeds go to Beers with Nigel.
Yeah, we're trying to monetize this shit. Let's fucking go.
Just so I don't get sued. But no. No, but literally, you can find me pretty much anywhere. I do the Brothers and Booze live stream with my friend Doug. Every Friday night we do it live, and we. I
think Doug owes me some beer, actually.
He probably
from when I came on the show.
Yeah, and I owe you some beer.
I probably owe him some beer too. Yeah, we need to work on that.
Yeah,
that's been a couple
for
years.
I'll bring it tomorrow. Actually.
Okay, heard.
But yeah, I'm on most of the socials, and weekly live stream, and I need some guests for the live stream.
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay. Because I once I get on your IG, I'm gonna be all up in your thing. That's how it works. I'm like, oh, I got a new friend, and I'm like, oh, he's double. That's awesome. But that's really the best. That's really one of the best parts about Barrel and Flow. If I can get this in here, is that like just the people that you meet are just so dope and creative.
Yeah.
And so I always believe that you are the level of your friends, and this whole thing elevates my level. Just being here and just talking to people,
just the vibe.
And the vibe and the knowledge and the people. And I'm not a brewer, but I mean, again, the energy. And I just leave here so energized. So just shout out to everyone who is just doing whatever they do. And, everybody has a lane. And, my lane is, talking trash and trying to elevate. Talking trash on people who, don't like grits and who like sugar in their grits.
What?
No, maybe I'm going down that rabbit hole. Maybe I'm going down that. Uh-oh.
Man, when I was younger, I put sugar on my grits. When I was younger.
Okay.
It's like you get older.
I've never heard of this.
No, it's a black thing, bro.
Yeah.
Sugar
They will judge you harshly if you put sugar on your grits.
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah. Nobody puts sugar on grits.
Right.
Give me butter, hot sauce,
even
and
Brian knows. He's like, fuck that.
We will shame you. We do some food shaming. We don't do beer shaming or anything. You can drink what you want.
Grit shame.
But like, we had somebody come on and say they didn't like gravy. So like, I almost had to leave the stream at that point. I mean, I was almost done for the night.
Butter, hot sauce, and fried egg. That's all you need.
Salt and pepper.
So yeah, we have fun. Y'all can check us out. We got a link train. Y'all can check us out. You see Google Brothers and Booze, it'll come up pretty high there.
Brothers and Booze. Yeah.
So man, I have fun, and I just want to thank y'all for having this conversation. It's fun. Thanks for pulling me out of what I was
inside.
doing. I don't even know what I was doing. I was just
Barrel and Flow Radio Row.
Yeah.
Centric Styles, where you at? Where you find you at?
You can find me on all socials at Centric Styles. It's SENTRIC Styles.
Oh, he spelled it
I'm
out.
on
Goddamn.
IG, TikTok, a little bit of YouTube.
Oh, you got a TikTok? What you doing on TikTok?
That's the same shit that's on IG. I just copy and paste some motherfucker with other different music on it.
Right.
You can find me on a social that used to be a bird, and Elon had a midlife crisis and now changed it to a letter.
But you know what, though?
On Beer Twitter.
If I hit you, I'm tweeting you still. I'm not Xing you. Get the fuck out of here.
That
Elon
sounds
Musk.
weird.
If you're Xing you, so that's dirty.
That's it. I mean, sure, you're right.
Right.
So you're right.
Bear Twitter After Dark.
Twitter After Dark. It's called X.
That's the X is the back room of Twitter.
Yeah. Oh wow. It's like the S&M dungeon.
There's no sex in the X room.
No. Well done.
Man, boo.
We can do hard things. It's okay.
You know, podcasting is hard.
I love it. I was like, he's going to eventually get it.
Yeah. Thank you.
It was one of these like you couldn't not watch though.
No.
Right.
I was like, maybe he's going to flip it another way.
But, yes, here we are. Hi, April.
Hi guys. How are you?
So welcome to the Beers with Nigel podcast.
Nice.
Make
I'm
sure you
enjoying.
get some stickers.
Yes, I'm definitely going to take some
definitely
stickers. I'm
stickers.
going to
We're
put them all
gonna
over
get
places.
joined by Sizzle here too.
Oh yeah. You want to pop in with us? I don't mind. Yeah. Sizzle just handed me. Oh, look at that dope label though. Hoochie Daddy shorts. That is great.
Oh, I love Hoochie Daddy shorts.
That is so great. That's so great.
I'm so glad you just said
great.
that, though.
That's awesome.
Yes, indeed.
Tall cans and short shorts.
Yeah,
I love that.
Is that not what summer's made for, though?
Yeah.
Like,
Flip your mic on, homie. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
You're good now.
oh, am I?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I do sound better in my
Excuse me. I just burped.
That's okay.
April,
Yeah.
tell us where you're from.
April is from Charleston, South Carolina.
Yeah, and you're with.
I'm with the community.
Yeah.
So we're a multi-brew organization, a nonprofit that basically aims to get more people of color into the tap room.
Beautiful.
I started in 2021. I went to beer school in 2022.
Where?
Or 2020. At American Brewers Guild.
Oh, cool.
So I'm an ER nurse by trade, and COVID happened, and I got out of travel nursing and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Came home, was just kind of chilling, and was like, what am I going to do? I can't go back to work or whatever, and got into the beer industry by Black Beer Check and did the Road to 100 program. Learned that I really was interested in beer and wanted to learn more. And she was like, well, you can keep going with Cicerone or you can go to school. And I was like, well, I'm going to go to school.
Yeah.
So I found a school that was online that luckily a lot of my beer industry people in Charleston had went to, so similar program, and went to that program, graduated. And then during that time, one of the brewery owners had asked me how could he get more people of color into his tap room.
That was nice of him.
Yeah, very nice. And at first I was like, I don't know, why are you asking me? Like, don't ask me. And he's like, well, you're black, you should know. And I'm like, okay.
Right, I got here on accident, though, homie.
I know, right? Like, okay.
You mean I can't just go ask the first black person I see and say, tell me how to fix things?
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
So
please do not ask to do that, yo. Like,
You mean that's not the thing I'm supposed to do?
no. So then it kind of just came to me one night. I'm like, we need to kind of brew to their palates.
Yeah.
thank you.
You can have 36 beers on tap, but if there's no story behind them, then like, what's the purpose
Oh
of
my
this?
God, you are speaking my love language right
Oh
now.
my
yo.
God, it's a love story on the podcast.
Oh my God,
right
That's
now.
what happens at
Sorry.
Barrel Flow.
People fall in
God,
love.
yo,
There
like,
was just a single event. I missed it. So.
I heard about that shit. That
I
was
don't want to
crazy.
cut you off at all, but I do want to normalize like black women speaking about beer the way you're doing right now.
Yeah,
like,
I love it. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's the new aphrodisiac in my life,
Yeah.
yo. You know what I'm
Would
saying?
you like to
Like,
introduce yourself to people?
oh my bad.
He's
Yo,
just
I'm your-
interjecting and shit.
My bad. I'm just your favorite chubby drunk friend. You know what I'm saying out here. You know what I'm saying. Built like a gummy bear in this shit. My name is Sizzle. I'm the founder of Crafted Culture Brewing Company out of
sir.
Columbus, Ohio.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
One of our early guests.
Oh, yeah. Why didn't we?
He's actually the one that I forgot to hit record in the beginning.
Yeah, we was waxing poetic, and then he was like, "Oh, now we can
There was some
record."
really good content. We missed 20 minutes of.
Oh no.
Yeah. So we
Missed all
started
the ad
again.
libs.
Oh.
Yeah, it's all good. So, what got you into beer? I mean, were you a drinker? What's your story?
My first beer was a Blue Moon.
that's-
and
yeah.
I was in nursing school. I went to Clemson University in Clemson, South Carolina. and then was like drinking beer. My dad used to drink malt liquor all the time.
Malt liquor.
Like Blue 44. So I would like always sip on that when I was little, or kind of like
you were
sneak
little.
one.
Drinking malt liquor when you were little.
When I was little. Then I met my roommate in Clemson, and she was like, I was like, what beer are we going to be drinking? And she's like, Michelob Ultra. And I was like, all right, fine. I don't really know much about beer, but we can drink this. And then it just kind of started evolving. But like my biggest thing that like happened was when I was travel nursing, I went to Cape Cod, Massachusetts, and met my best friend. And she took me on a 13 brewery, 3-day brew hop in Portland, Maine.
Oh, wow.
That's a really good
And
friend.
That's how you make good friends.
And that is when like life just made sense. I went to Allagash and was like,
oh, yeah.
I'm not going to be a nurse anymore.
Yeah,
This is what I'm doing.
Yeah, Allagash.
Allagash.
Allagash goes hard, yo. Like,
Yeah. Allagash has followed me around my whole career. Every place I've been, I always have Allagash Saison delivered to me. So
You love
lived
saisons?
Saisons. I love Saisons. So my like logo is I bleed Saisons and I sweat lagers.
Can you give me can you please, like really quickly, just go in your pocket and give me my heart back? Like,
I just want my heart back.
Yeah.
Where they at? Where they at? So tonight, you come to the bottle share?
I am. I have 3 beers I'm bringing for the bottle share.
I have a.
Did you make
I have
them?
a saison.
Yes.
I have a French saison from my brewery.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay.
let's do that.
That's awesome.
And it's a crowler, so it's a big boy.
I brought 4 cans of the Pharaoh's Gold saison.
Let's
so.
fucking go.
Okay. I just brought Tapache Ale. It's what we just came out with.
Oh, there she is.
Oh,
Number 1 on our hit list, Alicia. We're gonna get your ass today.
Hello.
Ridley Drew's in the house.
It's a reunion.
It is.
I tell you, this is not a bottle share. This is not a festival.
No,
like
this is a
day
vibe.
1 out here is legit a family reunion.
Oh, it's a vibe.
100%.
This is like
You're not getting away this time.
Yeah.
I'm sitting down. I'm doing somebody's podcast.
This is the
This
only,
is the only one.
Only
Well,
one.
there's one happening in there, but those guys, they suck.
To the real podcast.
Oh, heard, Chef. Yes, indeed. So anyway, yes.
Yeah, so I'll be bringing in a Tapache Ale, which we just came out with. We gave ode to Mexico, so Tapache is a pineapple fermented beverage. We did a collab with Uncle Nearest. We did an Uncle Nearest whiskey Belgian blonde.
There's my love language.
Yeah, whiskey is your love language.
And then
I love Uncle Nearest too. That's really
it
so good.
turned out really good. And then our last one we did was a cornbread cream ale, so that will be the feature for tonight.
Cornbread cream ale. So, like you're saying,
Yeah.
like all the things, right?
Yeah,
I'm really big on the push for like bringing the cream ale back to the forefront.
Yes, me
right?
too.
So I have some bottles of our strawberry cognac cream ale.
Oh, did you
look at
tell
you.
Woody about that from Vine Street?
I didn't tell him.
That's his love language, cream ale.
Cream ale is his love
Oh
language.
my
yeah.
God.
I love cream
at,
ales.
where were we? Elmatic.
Elmatic, we got some cream
And
ale.
they had never canned their cream
Oh, they
ale.
got cream. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
they
called cream.
had never canned it till yesterday. And
Gotcha.
so I told Woody, I was like, I'm gonna get you some of this, bro. That's his love language. You tell him that shit. What up? What up? Memphis in the house.
Yeah, about to say, yo.
Yes, indeed.
I love
that.
seeing the new breweries come in.
You know,
through.
you just show up to the fucking symposiums with your luggage. That's how you do
I'm
it.
You don't go to the hotel
Yes.
first.
I was just on the elevator with these cats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we was
They
on
were
the
just
elevator
on the,
together.
they were just on the
We
pod.
just had him on the pod.
a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Bill Street.
That was when we tried to do 2 or 3 pods in one day, and drinking in between.
Oh yeah, that was that.
Yeah,
Oh.
that was rough.
So that's the hard part about the production side of like podcasting and like vlogging in this space, right? It's like most of the like big time spots are like, yeah, we shoot 4 shows a day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then we chop them up to
Yeah.
release them to you once a week.
Yeah.
So you shoot once a month and you chop it up. You know what I'm saying?
You can't
do that with
when,
this.
When,
No.
when beer's
involved, you
no.
cannot do
No,
it.
you can't.
No.
Yeah,
No, it's
like-
impossible.
I mean, like,
I mean, it's possible. It's
we
not
did it.
impossible.
It was a nice Sunday fun
Yeah,
day, but
yeah.
it was not smart.
Ooh,
Yeah,
this
that's
one
what
is
Alec-
really good. Tastes like
Alec
bacon.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
So
they
good.
got the
So
smoked
good.
one.
Mars and
Smoked.
Yeah.
So
That's
good.
fucking.
I didn't even
from
look at
Green
the
Bench,
camera. I
Chris.
poured, so I just went drinking. It hit me.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I had
Nice
their dark lager
bacony,
earlier.
belly
Yeah.
like
Oh,
pork
good.
fat.
Yeah.
And
solid.
I don't always love a real heavy smoked beer, but I love this.
Oh yeah, that's
So
super
smoked
good.
beers are so hard, yo. Like, cause if you don't do them right, they taste like hot dog water.
True. I never thought about that.
Have you
Yeah.
ever drank hot dog water?
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like
Not like a whole cup of hot dog water. Not like that. Like, let's not be weird. But you know what I'm saying? You know you've been drunk and like the hot dogs be in the pot, right? So you just reach in and grab your hot dog out the pot. You at the crib, yo. right?
I mean,
and then fingers are still got the juice on them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm not a brewer, but I feel like the
hot
smoke
dog
would
finger
be easy
juice.
to lose control.
You said what?
Jesus. I was actually being a serious question, but the hot dog juice was hilarious.
I mean, hot dog finger juice.
I feel like it would be easy to lose control with the smoke.
It's very easy. Like smoke is one of those things I shy away from in brewing right now. Like I don't feel like I'm that. I don't feel like I'm a real brewer. I'll tell y'all that in a heartbeat.
Why is that?
What's
Why
up?
is that?
What?
Your beers are awesome.
Because listen, I'm in this space, right? So I'm talking to people who like speak about this at such a high level, like the compassion, the science, the like times they put into their stuff is far above what I do, right?
Hardly.
I sit up in my spot, like we call it the lab in the lounge, right? Overstuffed chairs, 85-inch TV. I'm watching some shit. I'm on an edible, right? And I get an idea.
Same.
Right?
Yeah.
So what do? I go to the lab, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, sweet.
Like
what's
Batman
in,
and shit.
What's in the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, sweet. I got bananas. I got vanilla wafers. I got vanilla custard. Oh, sweet. I'm about to throw all this shit in the Hefeweizen real quick.
Yeah.
Right?
So
And just
where's
fucking
the part
do it.
that's not right?
What's up? But I'm not.
What part of the story do you think is not good?
There's no science behind what I do. This is ignorance on fire. Everything I do is the guess and check
Ignorance
method.
on fire.
The
Clear
real,
name.
the
Yes.
real brewers.
Yes.
The
That should be
real
like a
brewers
t-shirt.
out here
No,
do
no,
the
no.
science.
There's two things to it. There's science and there's art. And what
Yeah,
you're doing
you're
is
just art.
Yeah.
And then I pass it off to a scientist to make it better.
Perfect.
Every
Okay.
time.
Nothing
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but that doesn't make me a brewer.
Yes, it
That
does.
totally makes you a brewer.
In my opinion. Like,
Yeah, you fucking around doing that shit. I'm
I mean, look,
I'm not a brewer.
There are
I'm not a brewer.
there are cooks who can only follow a recipe, and there are cooks who can walk into the pantry and go, here's what I got. I'm making something.
That's how I make all my late night recipes.
Yeah.
Usually I'm up drinking and I'm just like on my floor, just have beers everywhere. My roommate's like, "What is going on?" I'm like, "I'm just having a think section."
you just be on the floor with beers.
Yeah, so I have beer everywhere in my
Who
house.
is you?
I have
Who
like
are
a
you? What is your
kegerator.
life? How can I be a part of it? Like you are just
There's a kegerator.
We got a whole new podcast.
I mean,
Fuck that
literally,
singles event. We're doing it right here. We're doing it live.
It's the dating game.
Let's go.
literally, I just made a banana pudding milk sours. That's the next one that we're doing.
Sweet. Can you talk me through the process on this though? Like, talk me through this beer. I
Well,
love that. The story behind how you made stuff.
Just kind of just like how you said, like, you know, you went to the lab, you looked in your closet and like this is your pantry and this is what you had. And I was just like, well, my thing was like black people like banana pudding, you know? And I'm
Exactly.
like, why
Yeah.
not have
So,
something
that's
similar?
smart.
You know,
Yes.
use a little milk sugar instead of lactose because lactose is a little hard on the stomach. Most people are lactose intolerant. You know, get some vanilla wafers, some vanilla, you know, even use fresh vanilla, no like extract.
So I used vanilla custard powder.
Oh.
That was my thing.
Sweet baby magic.
like literally in the. So I tell people like I cook like I don't say I say we cook in soul, right?
Okay.
Like when we brew, like
Yeah.
it's like being in the kitchen with grandma, like because you know my grandmothers are gone, but that's some of my most fond memories is like being in the kitchen with them.
I'm watching them work. Yeah.
Yeah, so like I try to like every now and then I do a beer that like just kind of show some love to them.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
internally we call it the killer wafer Hefeweizen, right?
I
love
love
it.
that.
Yeah,
See, I'm not good
wafer.
with names.
Yeah, because you know Nilla wafers is what we all ate growing up. This is the killer
yeah.
wafer.
Yeah.
We didn't fucking
Right.
eat vanilla wafers, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So- but I was like,
I just
remember.
killed a boxer at the house last week.
Yeah,
I know what you mean when we were kids.
No shit.
but you know,
Is that a real
yeah.
story?
Yes.
Oh my
Who
god.
doesn't still, like face a box of those every now and then, though, right?
You know what it was? I wanted a cookie of some kind. I was walking down the aisle. I saw Nilla wafers. I'm like, damn, that's it. That's what I'm getting.
They're
yeah.
great drinking cookies, though.
Yes,
are. They're easy.
They
They're
are
just easily
great
pop them in the
Pop
drinking
mouth.
open a
cookies.
stout. Give some
Yes.
Nilla wafers.
Yeah, I can see
Nilla
that.
wafers.
Yeah, you're all
So
good.
I've done
Yeah.
2 beers using Nilla wafers. I did the
Yeah.
I did the vanilla wafer cake brown ale, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was fun. That was pecans and toasted coconut in secondary, but I threw the Nilla wafers in the. Well, the first time I did it, I tried to put the Nilla wafers in the boil after I crushed them because I thought they would dissolve like sugars. I told you, not a real brewer. I told you I should be doing shit.
I mean,
But
how
you
did
only
they-
learn by doing shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
let's
So
keep it-
and
let's
the,
keep it real. You're a brewer. You said secondary.
the crazy shit. All right,
The average motherfucker don't know about the secondary.
I'm
okay?
a well-read brewer. Okay, like, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. I literally just be throwing shit around. Like I don't really understand everything I'm doing, even down to the collaboration we did this year, right? We did 3 collabs this year. You know, we're collaboration horse.
Yeah.
Our lawyers come down and brew with us every year. So we did a gin and juice IPA.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's called OJ Did It.
I love that.
OJ did it. I love it.
But I was like, I'm not a real big proponent of hops, right? Like, I get it. That's, again, not a brewer, right? Because the history behind hops, right, disenfranchised some people that, you know, I support. So I don't really like to use them as much as a lot of other brewers do.
Okay.
And they're also a mask. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just chuck more hops in their shit to hide their mistakes. But I get back to, like, you know, I go back to the poem of Ninkasi. I want the fresh herbs and spices and the real in there. I'll throw just enough hop in my stuff for the TTB to say, yes, this is legitimately a beer.
Oh, wow.
Right? So when we did...
Fuck the TTB.
Right? Oh, trust me. I can tell you stories about them.
No, I already know.
They cost me a lot of money last year. But we said, hey, just throw some Cascade hops in this shit because they're cheap. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I said, but when we want to really do the flavor in this beer, I was like, let's get the dry juniper, right? And we'll use Curacao orange peels because Curacao is bitter,
yes,
right?
so good.
So we threw those in at the beginning of the boil because that's your bittering, right? So we threw juniper and Curacao orange peel into the boil, right, off the top. Then I was like, all right, you know, it's boil, then it's taste. Yeah, so it's bitter, then it's taste, and it's scent when you hop your beers, right? According to all the books. All you real brewers can tell me if I'm wrong. So I was like, ooh, if taste is next, I think I want tangerine.
Okay.
So then I use tangerine peel, right? And then in the end, we use sweet Valencia orange peel at the flame out. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And then instead of dry hopping, we threw more Valencia orange peel in there the whole way.
Damn.
I saw this one way of, like, getting taste into a beer by, like, so taking, like, a spruce log and, like, V-ing it and then having your beer, so after boil, as it's cooling down, go through the spruce log back into the beer, and it develops a whole taste of juniper.
So that's like
it's like all sciencey. So if you really want to get sciencey, and you want to do
talk about
lab,
trying some weird shit.
so I'm giving you this option. I will try to find the video and I will send it to you.
This is not on video, guys. I just crossed my legs because that made my pants tight.
I really am speaking his love language.
Yeah, you really are. Yo. Like,
love, exciting.
I don't know what that means. What does that mean? I don't know.
just trying to paint a picture with my words, yo. Heard.
We need to go check out Ed and Dave's podcast, probably.
We definitely do.
Okay. April, where can we find you on the socials?
The community.brew on Instagram and Facebook.
Okay.
And then the Traveling Hoptista, HOPTISTA, is just me.
Great name.
Where you can follow me socially. So, yeah.
Mate, what about you,
Sizzle?
sir?
Well, you know, it's Sipping with Sizzle everywhere I go, and that's SIPPINWITSIZZLE. You can follow Crafted Culture Ohio on all the platforms as well. And if you want to catch me, you know what I'm saying, on Amazon Radio, you can hit me up at Breakfast Beer Radio on Instagram.
Oh, shit.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
There we go.
Breaking news. I didn't know that was a thing.
Now, is the Sipping with Sizzle YouTube still happening?
So we paused on Sipping with Sizzle on YouTube. Like, I be on some trash, y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, I'm just trying to.
That was some quality video for a while.
I'm a trash human trying to become recycling. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to be a little bit better, yo. You know what I'm saying? I still want y'all to use me. Just reuse me too, please.
You've been listening to Beers with Nigel, a show about beer and other stuff, hosted by Nigel Woodbury and that other guy, Nick Parker. Beers with Nigel is poured for you by Dire Oil Graphics, providing bumper-to-bumper graphic design, promo products, and print services. Find them at direoil.com. Beers with Nigel is a proud member of the Fredcast Network and is available on all of your favorite podcast flavors. Find Beers with Nigel on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and ask Alexa to play the Beers with Nigel podcast.